Welcome to Daddy and the Don. It's the Don here for another transfer show, and today we're going to be focusing on Brentford. Again, this won't be as long as normal. We'll just go run through the current transfer rumours and news regarding one team, and today, again, it's Brentford FC. Now, if anyone's watching today would like to come on and just give their opinion on who they think Brentford should sign, the comments do have the link. So if you want to just briefly come on and say who you would like Brentford to sign or anything that any news you have or any source that you have, please come on. Anyone's welcome. And if you are watching and you're not subscribed and you're new to this channel, please give a subscribe, give a like to the channel, share it, and give a comment as well. So today we're going to go through the Brentford news, as I've already said, and that's the thumbnail show. We're going to start with Christian Eriksen. Now, it is the belief, and this is completely true, that Eriksen has now been offered a long-term deal. That's not rumours, that is completely true. It has been offered. The length of the deal is unknown at this time, and he is aware of the offer. He's been given it, and he's just going to give it a consideration on international duty. I like to think that he will make a decision once Denmark play their games, because obviously he is a free agent officially, so he'd like to know where he's going before he goes on holiday. Now, we all know the deal with Eriksen. Obviously, he's just come back from, nearly dying. Brentford took a chance on him because we just didn't know if he was going to be at the ability, and it's very obvious he's still a very, very good player. Now, he wants to stay in West London. He likes Brentford. He's grateful to Brentford, and obviously, Frank and all the Danish players and staff that are there makes it easier for someone like him. Obviously, yes, he's been in England before, but it's always good when you have that people from your same country to all be together and work together. And he plays with Norgard Jensen on many occasions. Regarding him, though, the offer has been made. Nothing's been confirmed yet on whether he will accept it. I'm aware that the wages are the biggest wages in Brentford's history. I don't know exactly how much it is, but he will be the highest paid player, not just for the current team, but of all time. They broke their wage structure. I think it's needed because he brings so much to the team. Now, there's a lot of rumours that people have been interested in him. Obviously, Newcastle have been linked, but they've been linked with everyone. And they're probably linked with me. But Tottenham is definitely interested, and there's now been reports today in the newspapers that Everton and Man United are both interested in Eriksen. Now, looking at especially Man United, they have Van der Beek and Fernandes. And I know Eriksen can play in both centre mid or be on a striker. But I'd be very surprised if he ended up going Man United. And I'd be very surprised if he went Everton. Now, I think he will either choose Tottenham or Brentford just because of the London logistics. He wants to stay in London. I think he wants to prefer to stay in West London. What do I think will happen? Well, I think obviously he's got the offer on the table. I generally think he will give Brentford a year. I think he will sign a new contract worth maybe 2 to 3 years. Give him a year, see how they go, and from there, I think he owes Brentford. But if he doesn't take the deal, I don't think anyone will just frown on him or have any hump. What he did in that small amount of time was very, very good and showed how good he is. And I think a lot of fans realise that he made a difference. Would have Brentford gone down without him? You never know. But he definitely did make a difference when he came in. Before we move on to the next story, we're just going to go again. This isn't going to be a long hour show. If someone comes on, I'll chat to them. But it's a new show, so maybe half an hour tops. If anyone wants to jump on, you like to jump on. Now, a few comments. Do you think he will be turned all by all the bigger teams now wanting him? Of course he will be. Every player will be. Let's not be naive about it, Phil. I think he'll see the links, and if there is true and there is offers and his agent tells him, then he will have to mull over it and think about it. But again, I just think he'd be swayed to the fact of what Brentford have, what they offer, where it is, and who is in charge. He knows who they are. I think Thomas Frank appreciates him. He's the main man there. Yes, Tony's the striker, but Eriksen's the first name on the team sheet if he's fit, simple as. Will he be at Man United and Tottenham? No, probably Everton, but Everton is shit. I think he should stay. He's going to be the league guy and also repay Brentford for taking a chance on him. Exactly. I think that's definitely something. As long as the wages are good, he wants to play football. But, he's always been on bigger wages than what he was on the last 6 months. So will he be on more? Yes. And will it be enough to sway him? I think it will. I think he will stay because of what Brentford did for him. And finally, we've got another comment, Beast96. I believe this is Reese. Thank you, Reese. I know you never want to come on. And Reese, anyone that knows Reese does the pre-recorded Brentford previews and reviews. So if you've not seen that, go check the Brentford reviews with Reese. Loves to talk about Brentford. He goes to every game and big up Reece. But anyway, this is what he's put. Every team that isn't Brentford already have a stacked midfield, which makes his playing time reduced, which is a no. Which is a no good for him when he wants to play guitar for Denmark. Yeah, exactly. I think he'll, again, both Phil and you, Reece, have put great points there. You know, Brentford's guaranteed start, and I just went to Brentford, he will be a guaranteed start. And if the wages are good, I think he's got no choice. There's no other choice than to just stay at Brentford. Let's hope he makes the right decision, because I do think he's vital for Brentford. If anyone says any different, I don't think they're deluded. I'm not saying that, but I do think you need to realise, unless you bring someone with the same sort of quality, Brentford won't be as good going forward as he was when Eriksen was there. Okay. Oh, Mark Hill. You know he's hard. You know he's a hard nut. It's Mark Hill. I always think if a player had intention to stay, he would sign a contract already. Maybe he's just seeing what options is, hope one come in for him. That is definitely an option. But at the same time, I don't think Brentford offered him a deal until recently. Now, I think there was conversations, and I think they were understanding if he was willing to think about a deal. And then I think he said he's willing to look at it and then make a decision. But yeah, maybe if there was a deal offered earlier, maybe why hasn't he already accepted it? But I think he will always be swayed with Tottenham, especially with Conte. But then let's not make a mistake about him. Conte didn't always see eye to eye now. But I think maybe they realise how good he still is. More comments. I also think Brentford should continue what they do regards to transfers and not be too tempted to spend big. What they do works. Having to sell players would be good in the window. Not having to sell players would be good in the window also. Yeah, exactly. We will get to some of that, and then we've got the fans are on the pitch. I think it's all over. No, it's just Mark Hill acting hard. He's hard, all right? Hard now. Leave him alone. He sort you out. Imagine if Patrick Vieira was on the pitch with him. Okay, so we're talking about Eriksen. If anyone wants to say anything about Eriksen, please more than welcome. I will go through the comments. And do you think will he stay? Yes or no? Simple as, put that in the comments as well. We're moving on to Brentford looking for new players, and they have been strongly linked with many a right back. Now there's 3 or 4 at the moment that are in the news, and one that has been a consistent name, and I know for a fact that he's definitely someone that Brentford are interested in, is left back Hickey, who also can play right back. He can play both positions at the same standard. So he's someone who could cover Rico or be the first choice right back. Now, the interest is true. Brentford are very interested, but the asking price is a sticking point. Now, Bologna want around 20 million. Brentford have made an offer around 10 million, I believe. That is not good enough. And these links with all these Arsenal pages and AFTV and blah, 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 saying that Arsenal are interested. Now, I believe that this is not the case. I believe Bologna has made this up to push Brentford to make a better offer. Arsenal have not made any offer, and there's no official word that they are interested. Brentford are 100% interested, and they're the only team at this point of showing interest. Hickey is 19 years old. He plays for Bologna, and he is now a Scottish international. He played their last game against Ukraine. Now, again, what I've seen of him is a very good player, and he's definitely someone I think who will start as that right back. And again, he's someone who can cover Rico if he gets Henry in the cover Henry if he gets injured and he can play left back. Again, there is 100% interest. This is not a rumour. Brentford have made an offer, and they really want to bring him to Brentford. Again, Bologna, I believe, have made up stories with Arsenal. You never know. Arsenal still might come in the future. I believe this is one of the first choices for Brentford, but I believe that they want more than 2 fullbacks, and he's definitely one they're looking at. Another name that's been linked with Brentford is Christensen. He's a right back. Ramos Christensen, right back, who plays for Salzburg. Now, I've been told by multiple sources that there's a genuine interest in Brentford looking to get a deal done for around 10 million. And again, he's another one that they highly want to bring in. But unlike Hickey, there has been interest from other teams. Leeds are interested, and having played for Salzburg, he did work under Jesse Marsch, I believe. So he knows the Leeds manager, who's the other team interested. But Brentford are very, very interested. He's Danish. That's always a key point when it comes to Brentford. And will he come over to join the Danish Revolution? That is something to be seen. Brentford are interested, and there's no news if they will, but they are hopeful that they can get it done. But again, there is genuine interest with Leeds. I've just seen as he's gone to Leeds. I thought, no, I believe he hasn't gone to Leeds. I believe it's just a rumour as of now. So Not 100% sure if he's gone Leeds or not. It's a rumour, and there's a rumour of Brentford. They're both interested. Not 100% what's going on there at the moment, Reece, and that's why I'm not sure if he's chosen Leeds. But there's no official word. That's why I'm saying it's a bit of both at this moment in time. Now, I'll just go through comments because I don't want to miss anyone. Ella, hello, Ella. Where was all these teams 5 months ago when Eriksen first came back to football? Just because he was a risk. I think that's what happened. But you are right. Where were they, Ella? Good point. Guys, please hit the like button. Me and Adon really appreciate it. It helps the channel. Thank you for always watching. Thank you very much, Phil. Yes, I couldn't say it better myself. Guys, Phil's my co-host. Please like it if you are new to the channel and subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Leeds signed someone else from RT Salzburg, not him. Yeah, they signed Eriksen, but they are interested in Christensen as well. There is genuine interest for Christensen from both Leeds and Brentford, around 10 million. No one signed him, both want him, and we'll see who gets him. I think, the Danish connection, or is it the fact that he knows Marsh, and obviously Salzburg seemed to have a good relationship with Leeds. That one, well, we'd like to see what happens there. Another right back, there's a few more. Max Aarons. From Norwich. He's a name that's been linked with Brentford and Man United and Arsenal recently. Now, Brentford are, hoping that they can sign him, guaranteeing him first team football. He will be first team if he signs. Again, if Hickey signs, they'll still look for right back possibly. Aarons is definitely someone that they're interested in. But again, Man United apparently looking to offer a young player in Lerd and trying to get Aaron in exchange. Arsenal have been linked with him again, very similar to Hickey. I'm not sure how true that is, but again, this one has just been off the Sun. It's an exclusive, so I'm not 100% sure the truth of this, but he would be a good signing. But nothing as of now. It's just a reported interested. But Leeds agreed to deal with Christensen. Yeah, that's rumours from the Sun, Greece. That's not official. That's just from the papers. Again, it said both teams, and what I've been told is that Brentford are still hoping to get the deal done as now. Leeds want him as well. There's no official word. Doesn't mean Leeds might not sign him, but as of now, there's nothing official that Leeds have got him. Carried on. So just finished with Max Aaron, and another one is Euro Spence. I think this one is not going to happen now. I think if he didn't go up with Forest, Borough would have still wanted a lot of money for him. The fact is they're going to want 20 million for him, and the fact is I think Tottenham are in pole position to go for him. I think he's something that Conte would love as a right wing back. He's not sure about the two he's got now. And Forest, of course, there's no reason why they won't go for him. I think Borough have already got a full back in Jones, so they don't need to keep Spence. They can offer 20 million and they'll be happy. Brentford will probably look, but I think the amount that Borough will want, which is 20 million at least, and the fact is there's a lot of teams interested. I can't see this one happening. I even think even if they didn't go up, I do think this one would have been hard. So again, there is interest in Spence, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere. I don't expect him to sign for Brentford. Even though Brentford are a small club, the London factor can be a huge advantage in luring players. Others can't. Exciting times ahead. Yeah, exactly. They're London. A lot of people want to live in London, and he's going back to Eriksen. That's one of the reasons why he wants to sign. Why he signed with Brentford, not just the fact there's the Danish connection. So yeah, for all backs, who do you think Brentford will sign? Will they sign any of these ones? Hickey, Christensen, Spence, or Aarons? Will any of these sign? Put in the comment. I think Hickey will sign for Brentford. I really think if they can offer something a bit nearer to that 20 million, but they won't be fools and they won't be spending silly money. They're a tactical club, Brentford. They know what they're doing. They will not spend silly money. If they can't get the deal done, they'll move on. And that's probably Christensen, maybe a second choice in the sense where maybe they looked at him as an easier, better value deal. Anyway, we're going to go into attacking options. Another reports today that say that Brentford are interested in Emmanuel Dennis from Rockford. A few outlets have reported this. I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but they're looking to partner with Tony. They don't have any depth behind Tony as an out striker. The only other one is Force, who's on loan. Young Coombs is still on the B team, so I don't expect either one of these two to be back up next year. I do think even if they play a 1 or 2 up front, Dennis will be in one of them 2 positions, if they are interested, of course. But the stumbling block here again is 20 million. I don't see Brentford spending that amount of money on a player that could potentially not start the game, especially if Tony's there. But he's another one that can play on the right or left. So maybe he is someone that would start. But 20 million is a lot of money. I don't know how true it is. But if it is, it would be a good signing. But there is interest in Manuel Dennis. I've just seen Marvin Harris put that. Yes, I will get to him. Yeah, so other news, obviously, I've been told a few weeks ago that wingers now, Lewis Potter is someone that Brentford is still very much interested in and hope to get a deal done. But it's another option where another team thinks they're too big, and the whole owner wants a lot of money for this young lad. Now, will they budge in their valuation? This is the problem with Brandon Johnson, which we'll get to, which Marvin put there. Lewis Potter is a player that Brentford have been interested in now for a year, but it looks like they're quoting around 15 million. They are interested and they hope they can get the deal done for him. As of now, it's definitely a deal what they're looking to get done, and they will be putting offers in for Lewis Potter. He's definitely someone that they want to bring. Will they bring? Well, let's have a look. Going up to the Ukrainian lad Majstuk, the one that played today for Ukraine. Apparently, there was a deal agreed, but he rejected Brentford as he wants to play Champions League football, and he heard that by Leverkusen I'm interested. So he's apparently said no to Brentford, so that deal looks unlikely at this time. Yeah, if Forest hadn't gone up, Marvin, then yes, he would have been a target. Though the whole owners are not budging. Yeah, agreed, and that's the issue at the moment. They want a bit more money. They want around 20 million, and it's very similar to the Bologna situation with Hickey. Brentford at one, we feel 15 is a good offer, and I feel that is. I think 20 million for a Championship player is a lot, but then Ben Rama and Watkins, they cost 30 million. There were plenty of Fulham players up for grabs this time next. Yeah, Harry Wilson will be available once they get relegated in Mitrovic. Yes, and finally, Brendan Johnson. Now, I think this one's dead in the water. I don't see Brendan Johnson going anywhere near Brentford. I don't see why Forest would want to sell their best player to a team who they probably think they are better than. And that's no offense to Brentford. Forest, if you ask every Forest fan, they will because of history. Right now, Brentford are a better team because they're in the Premier League and Forest are coming up. I don't see Brentford offering more than 20, and I don't see Forest accepting anything less than 20 in anything to Brentford. If someone like maybe Chelsea, I'm just example, I'm not saying any other team's interested, but if someone like Liverpool, Chelsea offered 30 million, then that's a different factor. I can't see him leaving. I believe that's not going to happen. If he didn't go up, then I think Brentford would have probably pushed their boat out for this lad and offered 20 and probably would have got the deal done. But now, I can't see it happening, especially now he's a Premiership player. When it comes to other deals, there's nothing else that's been sort of floated around with Brentford at the moment. I think in areas, if you look at their full centre-back areas, they like to think they're quite strong. They've got Pinnock. Aja is a centre-back. Janssen, Sorensen. I think full-back was a position he wanted to build on. Centre midfield, if they can keep Eriksen, then I don't see him buying anyone in that position. Janelle, Norgard, Jensen, Baptiste, Onyeka, Godas. And when it goes up top, I do think they're looking for a winger and a striker. And I think, I have no other names of them now, but, I've got a source who told me that Brentford are looking to sign 4 or 5 players in the window, at least 4 or 5 players. So we'll see who them guys are. I do expect Lewis Potter to be one of them if they can get a deal done. The same with Hickey. Other news, obviously, Canos, is he leaving? There's been a lot of rumours from, you said a goalie. Yeah, goalkeeper. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard nothing of goalkeeper. Marvin, if you have, let me know, mate. I know there's been interesting. I can't remember the name. There was a goalie that came up. I can't remember who it was. But as of now, I'm not sure if there is any goalie. Maybe they might go a bit left field like they did last year and brought a guy in that no one knew about. But when it comes to I saw that one actually, Phil. Good shout. I did see that one. But again, it depends how much Brentford offer. I think Rangers will want 15, 20 million again. Are they willing to pay that? There is Ben Rama talk. I think that's, as you said, there is. I think it's just talk. Laura is referring. No, he's not. Yeah, Canos has been linked away to Barcelona. That has been a report, came out a few weeks ago, and it was in a few outlets. And I think it was in the Spanish Marca. So if they're reporting that, then it could be true. But obviously, I think Brentford, they've got with Canos and Ben Rama, they're looking to bring another winger in. Lewis Potter could be the guy. If Canos goes in, they'll probably look to buy a couple more in. I do think a winger is definitely a position they're looking at. Canos to do a running with Laura. No, it's not happening. No, just leave it there. There's a few other news bits regarding players going out. There's a lot of players coming back from loan, and what I've been informed is a lot of them players will go back on loan, or they will be, sold on deals. Belief is the Marcus Force could be sent out on loan or sold for a good deal. A few other players that are not getting first team football, again, they might be going back on loan. We've recently seen Geneva, his left contract expired. So I don't see much business happening with any centre-backs going out on loan. I think a lot of them will stay where they are. Regarding Ivan Toney, no offers have been made, even though it's going to be rumours all year round. Nothing for Ivan Toney as of now, what I'm aware. And there is nothing for Rico Henry, even though there's been a few links and a few pundits saying that he should be a player that people should be going for. Nothing from there. So, people, hang on. Yeah, I was going to get there. And everyone keeps shouting it because there's loads of sources. Hopefully, Canis ain't good enough. Ain't got a good looking mum. Heard PK's a Browns. Forcing Valencia, yeah. 2 week Forsu. I was, Forsu. Everyone's saying Forsu, yeah. Forsu. I heard Valencia is a player that Brentford are looking to move on. And Tariq Forsu, I believe, is a player that wants to leave. I expect him to leave very, very shortly. Again, I'm not going to name source, but we've told him multiple sources that he is unhappy and wants to move and will be moving. I believe he wants to try and get his contract exterminated. So don't expect to see Forsu. Valencia, I think he's on 1 year left, or he might, 1 year left, and Brentford might just cut the losses and let him go. David Burton, thank you, David Burton. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Appreciate you watching. What clubs are in for Eriksen? Now, Brentford have, I'll go back to now, Brentford have offered a deal, a long-term deal, but there's a lot of rumours, Tottenham, Everton and Man U. Again, nothing concrete on official, but there are reports that Ten Hag is interested after training with him before he joined Brentford. Now, he's got the deal, he's got the offer from Brentford. He will give a decision after the internationals. There's no indication of where he's swinging at the moment. The wages that he's been offered is the most any Brentford player has ever been offered. He'll be in the most, not just that in the current squad ever. He's sort of ripped up the wage structure to keep a player that will basically keep him up. If they can add weapons with him, Brentford will be fine next year. Now, Tottenham have been linked. I don't know how true that is, but there's multiple reports today saying Man United and Everton are both interested. So let's see how that is. But let's hope that he does sign for Brentford for my wife's sake. And again, just finishing on Forsu. Thank you, Laura. I know a few people put that again. Expect him to be gone. Valencia, they could be gone. Dominic Thompson, they go back on loan. Young Coombs have gone on loan. Forced to potentially leave any way possible. I don't think he's the answer anymore. I don't know any other ones. I know Geneva's left. And I know, as Marvin alluded to, we are quite short in the goal. Not we. I'm not a Brentford fan. Brentford are quite short in the goalkeeping area at this time. But anyway, guys, please put in your comments. Who should Brentford sign or stay on? If you want to join the group, if you want to join. There's Phil. How much will we spend this window? I don't know. I think I've spent what they spent last window, 40 to 50 at top. So, maybe try and buy 4 or 5 players for about 10 million each. That's what they tried to do last summer. If you want to join, there is the link. Click on the link. We'll talk very briefly of who you want to sign for Brentford or any news that you know. I know there's a few people watching at the time, and I really appreciate your support. But yeah, right now, who should Brentford sign? Who do you want to sign? Put in your comments now. It'd be much appreciated. Sorry, Marvin, go live. Go on. What? There's a few people. I don't know why Reese doesn't click the link. I know he's watching. Who should Brentford sign? So obviously, I'm not a Brentford fan. Obviously, I'm married to a Brentford fan. Have Brentford stepdaughter and Brentford father-in-law. I've already sort of said, I think what Brentford are interested is what I would say they need. That they need a right back. I think that was evident. Asia's not a right back, and Roslef can't play in the back 4. He has to play as a wing back. I think they need a backup striker because if Tony gets injured, they've got nothing. Brian can't play on his own. He's more of a supporting striker, more of a winger. I think I've said already, if Eriksen goes, I do think they need that attacking sort of midfielder, because if you look at their options at the moment, none of them are at least number 10 advanced midfielder. They're all sort of defensive or playmaker, box to box, like Jensen is. He's box to box, but Frank, Vitali, and Christian Orgard are all defensive players. Who will be the biggest spenders, do you reckon? I think Man City will be, not Fulham. Here he is.
Laura was asking for me.
Hello, mate. Hello.
You right?
Yeah. Any interest, anything you know, Brentford-wise, anything that you can tell me?
What, like who we're looking at?
Yeah, anything that I've not said that you know?
No, I think the ones that you said, yeah, you're pretty much correct. Right back, it's no secret we are looking for a right back, and there is genuine interest in Rasmus Christensen.
Yeah,
like that is like Thomas Frank is pushing for that deal to get done. Aaron Hickey is another option that we're looking at, but in terms of possibility, I see Aaron Hickey would be more likely to join Brentford than Christensen at this moment in time.
I've been, like I said, I've been told that Bologna made up the Arsenal talk. The only team interested in Hickey as of now is Brentford. That is 100% correct. Now, all these Arsenal reports are saying bollocks that we're interested. Arsenal are not interested. It's definitely Brentford. I know they've made an offer. Do you think Brentford will stomp up the money that Bologna want?
See, this is the thing, and I think because you said it earlier and you hit the nail on the head. Like with Brentford, if we value a player at, let's say, 10 million, the team's asking for 20. We're not gonna give them that 20 million, and we'll just move on. And that happened with in the January transfer window with Brennan Johnson, because Nottingham Forest, what they valued him at, we didn't value him at that, and then we just moved on.
He's at that value now, though, isn't he? But unfortunately, it's just tricky.
Yeah. Well, now it will be a lot more difficult to get him now, but there is interest there.
Do you agree? Right back is definitely a position that I think Brentford are looking at more than anything. You can tell by the amount of players that rolled off. What about Max Aarons? Do you think he could be a genuine target? Do you think he could be someone that you can get over the line?
Yeah, but I don't know where that one's come from.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. I haven't been told that. This is one that's been in the paper, so this isn't something that, obviously, I know you've got your sources, I've got a source, but that's what I've seen in the papers. But if it is true, do you think that's a clever deal? It could be a bit cheaper. He's only got 1 year left on his deal, so
I think it is a very clever deal. Like, how old is he? 22.
Yeah, he's young. He's not going to sign.
Yeah, he's young.
So he could be around that ballpark that Brentford are looking to spend on a right back. You obviously see that Brentford want to spend 10 million on a player. It's obvious. So
yeah,
they're not going to spend more than 15.
Nah, the fact that he's young, he's English, like that's a plus. But I don't know where that one, like you say, like you've seen it in the papers. I don't know where that one's come from.
Yeah. And that's true. Do you reckon there's any players that we haven't mentioned that do you think Brentford might look into? Anyone else, or any player that you would like to sign for Brentford?
You mentioned him. You mentioned him earlier. Emmanuel Dennis from Watford.
Yeah. That's another name that was brought up today in the newspapers. That's last 3 days his name's been brought up. I don't know how true that is. Again, I haven't spoke to anyone. But apparently Watford want 20 million. Now, I think he'd be a great signing. I think he's someone who could play alongside Tony or on the wing.
Yep.
Or even if he wasn't starting, he was definitely someone that can come in and start.
Yeah. No, Brentford, their transfers, it's all like stats based, and I think his stats they back it up, and I don't think a lot of people realize that he's got goals and assists. I think 15 goals and assists.
He played well for a poor team. So
yeah. And if he's there at Brentford next year with Eriksen, getting that service from Eriksen, I reckon those numbers could rise.
Yeah, of course, along with Tony if he's still there. Just a few more questions here. Marvin, what have you heard about Raya? So I've been informed that Raya's not signing a new deal. I don't know how true that is. Oh, I have been informed. Do you know anything about this?
and that's all news to me.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to get this out of me?
No, listen. I'm just saying. Listen. We're just having a chat. It's like apparently,
No, okay.
like he's still got 2 years left, so it's not like he's leaving. So at the moment, it looks unlikely. But how important is to get Raya back up? Because right now, Raya's backup is Matthew Cox, and that's obviously not good enough. Do you know?
Yeah, no, that will be with the right back position. The goalkeeper will be another position that's looked at. But like you said, it will be kind of like a goalkeeper that no one really expected us to sign. When we got
Fernandes last year, that came from nowhere. No one saw that coming.
Yeah. It would be another like that.
Obviously, be nice here. Is Sergi leaving, or do you think he'll stay?
Sergi leaving?
Yeah.
To go to where?
Well, there's been a lot of links. Again, this is all paper talk, but this has been linked in Spain. Apparently, Barcelona want him.
Sergi is as more Brentford than any other player there. So I don't know about him leaving. He's very happy at the club. I'll say that. He don't want to leave.
Yeah.
He does not want to leave.
Vora don't want him to leave either.
Like,
yeah. As you can see. And finally, Tony and Henry, do you expect them to both stay? How important is it to these two to both stay? I'm not saying I haven't heard any rumours. I'm just saying, do you think there will be interest in both these players at some point?
If there was interest in any of them, I would say there's Rico Henry, which is deserved. She'll change him to the community station. That name could be changing soon.
Yeah.
Henry. I don't know about any other interests from other teams in him, and they will be Brentford players at the start of next season.
Yeah, well, obviously Newcastle are interested in a French lad, so I don't see Newcastle going for Tony. The only other team that I think that would go for Tony would be West Ham. Now, how much would Brentford want for Tony?
40 million plus.
And I don't think West Ham will pay that, so he stays. Is it that simple?
Yeah.
And how important is he? Because people criticise him for what he did, but it's very obvious when watching Brentford, he's a big part of the team, and what he does matters.
What did he do? What the old F Brentford?
Yeah, he done that. Obviously, to be fair, the household here, they've forgiven him, but a few people still have the ump, and they would like him to go. But he's important. He matters.
He's very important, and that's just not like in general, which sometimes I don't understand the criticism that he gets, because he is the most positive, the most hardworking at Brentford, even in training. Like, he's always the one motivating everyone else, to try to get everyone playing better. But I guess that's something you don't see when he's out there on the field. Like, whatever the papers want to put out about him, that's what people go by. But yeah, like Jay still has the hump with Tony.
What are you referring to, Ella? Are you referring to Raya or Tony? I'm not sure. If it's Raya, I think he's got a few years. I think Tony's still got 3 years because he signed.
Tony has a few years on his contract left.
Yeah, he signed a 5-year contract, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Brentford started doing 5-year contracts when they got that. When they realised they were near the Premiership, they started moving it from 3 to 5. Because Henry and Norgard. Is there any player that you might leave that might surprise you? Any someone like maybe a Pinnock or Norgard or Janelle? Do you think that any offers going to come in for any of these players or?
I'll say Mbeumo, if anyone has to leave.
I
know it will surprise a lot of people, but yeah.
Do you reckon there'll be offers for him?
Yeah. Say going back to France, Monaco.
What, Monaco are interested?
Yeah.
Yeah. But will he go?
If the offer's right.
It'd be a big miss.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's why the whole Brennan Johnson
Yeah. That's why
links
you
is
need a
there.
winger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hill's a Fulham fan, so Pinnick's a good player. I actually rate him, but he annoys me because he's always bloody smiling.
Yeah, well, he's never going to come to Fulham anyway.
No, I don't think anyone is. But go back to. I'm sorry, I'll just go back to Mark's comment. He says Mark saying that Fulham are going to spend a bit of money. Do you think they will? This is him saying that Fulham are. Do you think Fulham will spend a bit of money, or do you think Fulham will go down? Just.
Fulham are like Norwich and Fulham. They're just the yo-yo teams, the Premiership.
Yeah.
In the past 10 years, has Norwich and Fulham ever played each other in the Prem or the Championship?
Oh, I don't know. It's not far from maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 years where they've missed each other.
Yeah, I feel like 1 year Fulham's up, Norwich is down. Norwich comes up, Fulham's down.
Do you think that might continue?
Yeah.
Norwich's team's too good for the champ, but it's just not good enough for the Prem. It's the same with
Fulham. The same with Fulham. I don't think they have their transfer strategy. Is something's not right.
Yeah. And just finally, just regarding players in, obviously that I can't know his name, that Ukrainian winger. Apparently he said no because he wants to play Champions League football.
Yeah.
But he's only young. I don't get that.
Yeah, that's true. Because we were in for him since in January.
Yeah.
But if he wants to play Champions League,
he's Brentford now.
Well, I get it for free, and I just came out to play football, and I just had this on, so why not?
But he says to me in the group chat at work, the group chat, he's Brentford, so I don't even mention
Brentford now.
Yeah. So do you reckon? What was I saying about the Ukrainian lad? If he wants to play Champions League football, can't blame him for that. But
no, like he would have been a good signing for us.
Yeah, of course he would. I think he's good enough to. He's young as well. When you're young and talented, you sort of just don't overthink it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, how much interest is there? Like, does another Championship team?
I've been trying not to put any secret signings on that. Yeah, he's obviously knows something's going on. He's cast his chest. He works for Sky Sports, obviously.
I can't give too much away, but I can hint at certain players who are looking to leave. But
but who are they? I know Forsyth's one of them.
Oh yeah, is it? I thought he loves Brentford. I thought he loves that at Brentford.
Yeah. I've got a reply to your comment from Mark Hill. Yo team the last 5 years, but out of the last 20 years, we have spent 15 years in the Prem and the European Cup final. But yeah, clearly the history only goes back 5 years. I think he's about right there. They were in the Prem for about 15 years. And we have played Norwich in 2017, but we need to tend not to want to play us because we are they're a bogey team.
Oh, fair enough.
So that's still 5 years though. That's back and forward. All right. So Marv, I really appreciate you jumping on. Again, these are just new. I did an Arsenal one yesterday and Phil came on. It's just we just do, I know we get a lot of Brentford people watching, so it's just a new sort of show where we just sort of go through some of the rumours and all that. I don't want to spread false news. Sometimes I'll just say what the papers say. I'm not someone who knows everything in and out. But this is all right, Laura. This is Brentford, not Philip. I know we will go through Mark Hill reminiscing with his Kevin Keegan years. we'll talk about this nearer to the time, but going to next year, right now, if you can get a few players in, keep Eriksen, are you confident that you'll be in the Prem again for the following season?
Not just be in the Prem again, top 10. Possibly with how do I say, players not getting injured, fighting for a European spot. Because I think our form at the end of the season, our form when Eriksen came in, it shows. Like, Brentford are a good side. I think in the form table, like, we were 3rd or 4th or something like that.
Yeah.
Which,
I think only Newcastle City and Liverpool were better than you when it came to form.
Yeah. So if Eriksen stays, we get a right back in. Aya's done well at right back, but
he's a centre back.
He is a centre back.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a centre back.
Roslev, he's not good enough to start.
He's a backup, isn't he? Someone who can fit in for a few games.
Yeah.
And he can't play in the back four. He's more of a wing back. He's a bit like Tavares for us.
Yeah. But I believe Johan Wissa will have a good season next year.
Yeah. If he stays fit.
I think, top 10 if Eriksen stays. And we bring in a right back, backup goalkeeper. We will bring in a backup goalkeeper. But top 10, possibly pushing for a European spot. And then Rico Henry goes to the World Cup for England.
I think he's got so many players in front of him now, mate.
Like who?
Well, obviously, look, he's always going to pick Shaw and Chilwell because he's got bonus for them. He's picked Tyreek Mitchell and Justin in front of him. He's going to have to do something special to get in that squad. I love Henry. I love him. I think he's brilliant. But I'm just basing on what Southgate sees. If he's not in this squad now, he's going to have to absolutely do something absolutely miracle to get in. I think he's good enough. I think he's better than Mitchell. I think he's better than Justin.
This is the thing. Like, you say he has to do something special. What more special does he have to do? Like, he's been so consistent this season.
Yeah.
Cheers, he's only had he hasn't even, I wouldn't even say he had a bad game. He had a bad, I think Jay said, like, he had a bad 10, 15 minutes against United when he pulled down Ronaldo, gave the penalty away. And that was it. Like, one-on-one, I haven't seen many players go past him one-on-one. He's good going forward. He's good tracking back, defending. Like, he will get you the odd goal at times. But what more can he do?
Yeah, exactly. But then look at, I'll give another example. Look at James Maddison. He's always been consistent and he never gets a look in. It's just some players just never get that chance. Like, Tony scored 12 goals last year. He scored more goals than many in
Isn't he the second?
Second
highest scoring Englishman.
He'll always, he'll be beyond Calvert-Lewin. He'll be beyond Watkins. He will be, because he's going to have to do something. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it logically. It's going to be hard. They're going to be hard. They're going to have to come out and be all guns blazing. But you know what Southgate's like. He likes his favourite. Maguire could sit the bench next year and he'll still get picked. If you look at Rob Page for Wales. He started Ramsey today, who barely played this year, and you've got Harry Wilson, who got 30 goal involvements, and Brendan Johnson on the bench. So this Rob Page is another, right under Wales, by the way. But a lot of managers like that, because Ramsey's got to play. So are you going to play Phil Foden? Sorry, not Phil Foden. You're going to play Ben Chilwell or Rico Henry? He's going to play Ben Chilwell because he's more consistent. He plays for a bigger club. And that's just fact. That's just reality. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I agree. I'm just saying it's bullshit. Yeah. But if he picked Henry, fair play, deserves it. He's a great player. But in our manager, it's just no chance because he has his set in his way. He has his favourites, and that's how it is.
Well,
yes, Jamie. Yes, big up, Jamie Phillips. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. Top 10. This is where I'll get off. Good luck, guys. See you next season.
Oh man.
What, when you go down again, Mark?
You say Mark's the Fulham fan?
Yeah, he is. He's a Fulham fan.
Yeah.
He could have come on. There's a link in the chat, but he's too scared. If anyone wants to jump on, guys, I'll stay on for a few more minutes. And if no one comes on, then we'll end the show. But there is the link. If you want to come join me and Marvin, if you want anything to do with Brentford, anything you want to talk about at all, we're more than open here. I did send a link to a few Brentford fans. Unfortunately, Jay's obviously asleep because he hasn't responded. Mark texted me telling me off for putting Fulham. What did he put? Oh, he's got the. Did you know Mark's hard? Every time Fulham win a big game, he runs on the pitch and he goes like that. Me and Phil were saying yesterday, if Patrick Vieira was there, he would have. But he was doing that, and then he got Pac behind him, and then Pac just kicks him.
Oh man.
So one player, Brentford want to sign the one player. Take away backup goalie. Is a right back, and is Hickey the perfect player for Brentford?
Yeah. Yeah. He's versatile. He can play on the left and right as well. And I think he
can play both positions just as good as the other. Like he plays right back for Scotland, because he ain't going to play left back for Scotland, is he? Because you've got two options there. But that's not him being false there. He generally can play both positions. He's both footed. He can play on the right and the left. So I think I was saying in the start of the stream, if Brentford did sign him, he'd be someone who potentially will be a starter. But if you don't have someone left back cover, he can move over to left back, and there's no harm putting him off left right back. I think that's it. And you've also got Canos as well if you play five at the back. So that's if he's still there.
Right. I don't understand why Canos plays right wing back.
Yeah, he should play a bit further up. He should play a bit further up. He's not a wing back. He is a genuine winger.
Yeah. Whenever I see that lineup, and I see him at right wing back, it just baffles me.
Waste of his talent. A waste of his talent.
Yeah, it is because if you are looking for an attacking wing back with the players that we've got currently, I'm happy for Aya to be there, because when he does make that run going forward, because he started off, he was a winger. He started off playing football as a winger, so he's more than capable. But sometimes to get in the mind of Thomas Frank, it's quite interesting.
And we'll just finish it off with your cousin. What's the hopes that he can break into the first team this year, or is it going to be another year as an impact sub for him?
I think I believe he's good enough to start, and I think there was a couple of games last season where it showed like the direction we're going forward without when Norgard and Jano, they haven't played much together. It's always been Norgard and Jensen, which I think is the direction we're going forward. And I don't know if I'm like me personally, I would rather have Shandon over Jensen. And I feel sometimes the Danish bias comes into it where Jensen starts, but yeah, I think he will still be there next season. He is still young. He's got the potential, but it's just having a consistent run, breaking into the team.
Someone needs to go his way, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how it is, because there is a lot of competition in that midfield area. You've also got Frank as well, so there's a lot of midfielders. You've even got Simon Godos, who might not be there, but he's someone who can play anywhere. So there's a lot of midfielders there, and there's a lot of competition. So. But, it just sounds silly, but having 5 substitutes next year will help a lot of players get a bit more time and show a bit more promise. I know what do you mean substitutes, but sometimes that's how you get in the starting lineup and coming on and making an impact. When it's only 3, it's harder. And I think Shannon will definitely, if he's still there, of course, I think he obviously will be, he'll definitely get opportunities to show it, especially if Brentford are losing, because he's more attacking minded than defensive. So he's definitely an option to come on if you're losing, where someone like Frank and Frank and Neck is defensive. He's not going to bring him on to win a game.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I think that. Yeah, well, Yeah, that was shown last year. Like when we played teams like when we played Man City, Liverpool, Onyeka always started because we had to be wary of those teams. Like they do have quality players,
and you've got to sort of just
and
intercept the ball and then break and press basically. Yeah, and
yeah,
sit back. Sorry.
yeah. But like no disrespect to other teams, but when we played teams such as Brighton, even West Ham, like Onyeka didn't start, and that was when Eriksen wasn't there at that time. Shandon started because we wanted to be more attack them, and then competition in midfield will be competition's good at
It's always
times,
good. You need it, and it's
Yeah,
probably your strongest depth in the team. To be fair.
yeah.
It's a strong position for Brentford. To be fair, there's probably places needed everywhere else, maybe as backups. Anyway, listen, Marvin, I don't think anyone's coming on, so I appreciate you coming on today. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate you coming on talking about Brentford and about the potential ins and potential outs. Let's hope a few players come in. Just one more question. How many players, go on, give me a number. How many players will come in?
I think we're looking to bring in about 5 players. Is that just first team? About 4 or 5.
Just say 5. Yeah. And how much you reckon?
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
About 50, 40.
No, I think more than that will be spent.
Yeah. Or more?
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
60 plus.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, and again, just first team players. How many do you reckon could be on their way out, loan or permanent?
Loan or permanent on the way
both.
out?
Yeah, on the way out. Just a mixture of both. How many do you reckon could be on their way out?
All right. I'm not even sure the numbers that we've got out on loan now, but yeah, the ones out on loan now, they could either be going back out on loan or be sold.
So none of them will come in and start.
Yeah.
Well,
the ones who have already been released, they've already been released.
Who got released?
But Janvier got released. Alvaro Fernandez, his loan was up. Lossell, I think there was more, but no way. No chance.
Yeah. We don't know how true that is, Soros. Don't get your hopes up, mate. I don't think you're fit Man United because they've got Fernandez, they've got Van der Beek coming back, even though I think Van der Beek will play more deeper role. I just don't see where he would fit in there. I really don't. I don't think he'll start, and I think he wants to play. He wants to be in the Denmark squad, and I think Denmark's got such a young and competitive squad that he can't guarantee he'll play sitting on the bench. Yeah, Laura Sanka, he left as well. Yeah, Sanka left.
Yes, Zanka. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So maybe it's looking at it now. You might need another centre back. Do you reckon, or you got 4 now? Because I think Sorensen gets exposed. I don't think he's good enough.
Yeah, he's everyone knows he's not good enough. Yeah, but yeah, we may need another centre back. Thinking about actually.
Yeah.
Competition for Bruno? No way. Eriksen, Oris, he's a Man United fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Eriksen is not coming to Manchester United. All right.
Big up Oris Talks, by the way. If you're not subscribed to Oris Talks, give him a subscribe now. Greg Young channel, that is. Carry on, Marvin.
If Eriksen had to leave Brentford, he will go to Tottenham.
Do you reckon
he will go to Tottenham? If there's 2 teams that Eriksen will be signing for, it's either Brentford or Tottenham. And he'll go to Tottenham because he wants to play Champions League football. And the fact that it's still in London, he's not gonna move out of London and go to Manchester.
No, he's already stay in London.
Yeah,
he's looking at schools in Chiswick.
But then the thing is, him going to Tottenham, he's not gonna be guaranteed starting.
Yeah. No, he's not.
And
because of the system.
He wants to play. He wants to play for Denmark in the World Cup, which is he's already settled in at Brentford. He knows he's worked with Thomas Frank even before he was
And he's
at
got the
Brentford.
Danish lads, he's got 3 or 4 players
Exactly.
that are in there, with him.
Like,
So, there's a staff that are Danish. Yeah, he'll be in the squad. If he stays at Brentford, plays like he is now, then that's it.
but then it's no secret. We have offered him a contract. It's the highest we've ever offered a player. Like, even the 6-month deal he's had, he was the highest paid player at Brentford.
Yeah.
But that offer has been upped. I think it is a bit of a no-brainer that he will stay, but we just see what happens.
Yeah, fair enough. So he doesn't think he'll come anyway. So
Eriksen has played on the Ten Hag before. Eriksen didn't play on the Ten Hag in Ajax.
no, I don't think he did.
He was training with them.
Just training. But yeah, so he knows him. They might know each other though. No, I don't think he'll go Ajax. Man United, sorry. All right.
I just think it's the papers. The papers just
making stories up.
Making stories up. Yeah.
All right. I think we'll leave it there, Marvin.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask where I can find you because you do the same. You can find Marvin here. He's part of the 100G team for Daddy and the Don. Marvin will be on lives. If you've got a live like this, you'll see Marvin. Anything else you want to say, mate?
No. I'm not gonna give away too much more.
Don't give away too much. Yeah, no, it's all right. I'll get out of you privately. Before, get the likes up, people. Yes, I was gonna say, likes up, people. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, share. Appreciate all the support. Me and Phil, we're doing our best here. Coming up on Daddy and the Don, my top 60 greatest sportsmen of all time. It will be shorts, 1 minute shorts for each entry. Be 2 a day coming very shortly. My top 60, and at the end of the countdown, I'll be doing a live to go through my top 60, where everyone's going to moan at the position of their favourite people. I can't give any away where people are. Go on.
Usain Bolt number 1?
No, he's not number 1. He's in the. He's not number 1. The rules are top 60. 6 max per sport. So you can only have 6 max per sport. And I'll say this one now. Wrestling is not in it. I love wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan. But because it's predetermined, what you win is sort of given to you, where other sports you earn it. It's not fixed. So obviously no wrestling in there. And I'm not a UFC fan. So if you like UFC, don't watch it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know I've got a few controversial ones in there and a few ones higher than others. But yeah, that will be very shortly. And then that's it for today's show. Laura's in the background. Say hi.
Hi,
Carlos is going to Barcelona.
No, he's not.
Not allowed to.
He's not going.
He's not going. So is that being in the S1 be included? No, they're not. They're not in the list. That's the certain Norris. There's no way. Listen, I'll give one away. I know he's probably not the top 6 footballer of all time, but Thierry Henry's in my list because he's my favourite player of all time. He's my favourite player. He's Arsenal's best player. And yes, I know no one else would have him, but he's in my top 6 league because, again, I have to because he's my favourite Arsenal player. So, yeah, there's a bit of biasness, but a lot of it's based on actual great people. Laura, Eriksen is coming to Man United. That's from Oris.
I think he's got...
Yeah, she's gone quiet there, Oris.
I'll stay polite.
Just stay polite. All right, listen, Marvin, thank you very much. Stay tuned for more transfer shows with various teams. We'll be back with Arsenal and Brentford in the future.
Not Man United.
Maybe I'll have to bring back Oris on for Man United. Big up the channel, by the way. Big up Jamie Talks, people that have commented. And yeah, stay tuned for more lives. Stay tuned for the top 60 great sportsmen of all time. And for now, thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Make sure you subscribe.